Good morning. My parents both immigrated from the Netherlands. I think I've told you that story before. And it was so important for my mom that we would continue to know her parents. So my father's whole family immigrated to this country, but her whole family stayed there in the Netherlands. So she's the only one that immigrated. And in order for us to continue to know her parents and her brothers and sisters and our cousins, it was important to stay connected. And in those days, the only way to stay connected was the mail, right? The post. And so we would write letters. And when we were little, my mom would record us, hide a little microphone under the furniture while we were playing, and record our chit-chat and our baby talk and our storytelling so that my grandparents could hear our voices and know who we were a little bit as we aged, even across the ocean. And it really struck me this morning in thinking about that, and I've thought about that many times, that when you love someone, you find any way possible to communicate with them, whether it's by letter, or now by FaceTime, or text, or email, or messaging, or calling. There are lots of ways that we stay connected when we love someone. We don't want to lose that contact. And if we make the parallel to our relationship with the divine, then we know that it's just the same for God. God takes every opportunity to stay connected with us. Doesn't want us to forget who God is, to know how deeply invested God is in our lives and how much love there is there for us in God's heart. And so St. Ignatius tells us to be aware of God in all things, in every way that we are existing in this life, that God is finding a way to communicate with us. These little walks are great examples. We open our eyes to the ways we see God possibly communicating through creation. The sound of the birds that we enjoy when we're out here, that deep movement, that happiness, the song of joy that's there. Is there something that when you walk, you can have that sense that you're connected to creation around you, and that the joy of creation can become your joy? Once I had a relationship that was painfully going south during the fall of one of these years of my life. And my spiritual director told me, Monique, why don't you plug yourself into the experience of creation around you at this moment? All that was happening at this moment in the fall is all of the trees were losing their leaves. They were shedding their leaves and going dormant. And it was such a powerful witness to me, a powerful image that I couldn't have done on my own, where I could watch creation slowly shedding what wasn't necessary anymore, or had changed in what I needed, in what it needed, and going dormant, and perhaps allowing that relationship also to go dormant for a while. There was a companionship in having me experience that in creation around me. Perhaps God tries to communicate with you, not just through nature, but through people. And for me, often, even though it's such a funny thing, it happens through my connection to the outside world, whether it's the news or advertising, whether it's something I see online. Music is always also a very strong connection. But we are taught in spiritual direction that any time your heart is moved with an emotion, you watch something on TV and your heart is moved, pay attention to that movement. Pay attention to that stirring. What is God stirring within you when you watch and observe something with your brothers and sisters elsewhere in the world? There is a beckoning there. There is an invitation there, not just to see and find God, but also to be connected to God through our connection with humanity. So keep your eyes open, your heart open. I think that's one of my favorite teachings of St. Ignatius, to find God in all things. And I just don't mean, oh, there's God, oh, there's God. No, pay attention to the message. What is God trying to communicate? Because it's personal. God is speaking to you through the experiences of your life. May we have the ears, the eyes, the heart to see and hear that communication, and then take it into prayer. Chew on it a little longer. Speak, Lord, your servant is listening.